Hello, family. Happy Saturday. No, happy happy Friday. We're not on Saturday yet. I hope you're having a good weekend. Um, I am really excited to talk to you about this topic right here today. Your home is your child's second school. I'm gonna say that again. Your home is your child's second school. Okay? Let's get that mindset straight. And this is for parents who children your children are reading below grade level, you're struggling in school, they are in class, won't sit down, won't complete their work, waiting for the teacher to help them with everything, maybe disruptive in class, they can't do their work independently, they need a lot of help, okay? And if you want something different, all right, wait, let me let this fire truck pass by. I've been sitting here this whole time, and as soon as I go live, here come the fire truck. I pray everybody's okay. If you want excellence, if you want your child's situation to be different, if you want your child to start their transformation, then you should be here. Don't scroll. This is where you need to be. Okay? So, um, we went through that debate. Whose job is it to teach our children, the schools or home's job? I'm telling you right now, it's everybody. It's not, the question isn't who should be teaching our children and whose job is it. The question is, what do our children need? What do they need to go from here to here? Our kids need extra study. They need extra discipline. They need more discipline. They need more study. They need more independent study. They need more practice. They need self-control. They need they need this, okay? And so how do we do that? We have to do things at school that can be transferred to home. We have to do things at home that can be transferred to the classroom. Across the board, our kids should be practicing sitting, following directions, paying attention to detail, completing tasks independently, checking their work, make sure it's good. They should be practicing this. Reading. They should be practicing reading aloud. They should be doing it at school and at home. They should be practicing the writing independently, right? So we need them to be working on this. Their environment should be customized for their growth. Okay? Their environment should be customized for their growth. That's important. So that we can stop talking about whose job it is. We can finally look at what the kids need. We're going to turn our homes into a growth and achievement environment. So it's like you're setting up an environment at home where they can be successful and they will learn these habits and develop this discipline. And when they go into school, they just already in the mode, they're in the flow. Okay? At home, there should be study time, there should be independent study time, they should be working. I recommended everybody get some workbooks. You can go to Amazon and get workbooks, okay? For our kids to work in at home. They have workbooks. One of the workbooks that I'm using right now for my daughter, and also in my tutor and coaching program, is called 100 Days of, and then whatever subject you want, right? Math, science, language arts, social studies, and then it has the level for third grade, for fourth grade, for fifth grade. Check it out. Go to Amazon. Look up 100 Days of, right? And 100 Days of Math, whatever you want to look up. And take a look at those books. Get those books in your home. And have your child sit down and work like this is the second school. Okay. Now for for parents to say, at home they shouldn't be doing homework, that's a problem. I think that's the biggest mistake we have made in this country is for us to not have our kids doing homework. For whatever reason, that's the biggest mistake we've made. Now we're leaving all of the work and the study and the learning and everything to be in the classroom. And I'm not talking about every home, our homes are different. But a lot of kids, they only have to do schoolwork or learning when they're in the classroom. It's because the structure is not set up. Okay? So our kids should be doing their homework. They should be doing homework multiple, like throughout the week. They should be doing homework. They should be studying to prepare them for when they're in the higher grades, when they're in middle school or high school, and they have assignments to turn in and due dates. If they don't pace themselves by doing work every day, sitting down at a table or a desk in their room and opening up a book, opening up a notebook, getting that pencil moving, if they're not developing that every day, then when it's time for them to do it at the middle school or high school level, they are struggling. Parents, let's put that in. We want to, some of you might say, that's their playtime, that's their relaxing time. No, it's not. Let's change that thinking too. It's not. It's not. They can relax and they can play, but that doesn't mean that we eliminate the structured study at home that will help our kids become great. They need this. Think about it. If our kids don't practice reading and spelling and writing on their own, right? Then how are they going to grow? How are they going to go from, like I said, from here to here? How are they going to grow from reading on the second grade level when they're in fifth grade to reading on the fifth grade level if they don't practice every day? What are we talking about? This has to be done every day. And then let's talk about what our kids are doing. So, all right, so what are they actually doing with their time after school? Some of our kids have activities, sports, right? And then some of our kids don't have sports activities after school. They're on their phone, they're on their iPad, they're on the game, right? But my daughter, I completely took the iPad away. I took it away, right? And I structured it for when she can have access to it. But the iPad was something that she was focusing on more than anything else. Can I use my iPad? Can I use my iPad? Can I use my iPad? Or on the iPad constantly, right? That's what it does. Like when we were young, you watch a show, you watch your favorite show came on at a certain time, and then at the end you got hit with the to be continued, and you're like, then you have to wait for the next week to get the to be continued version part 2. That's not how it is now. It's swipe, 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 click, 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 play, 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 and it's continuous. So our kids could be sitting there on their iPad or playing the game, and the game is over, they can start right over. They could be doing that, and they can be immersed in that for hours of time when they could have been growing themselves. So do you want your child to grow? Do you want your child to get better? Do you want your child to build confidence? Do you want your child to practice and get to mastery? Then, yep, your home is their second classroom. So they learn at school, but they also learn at home. What kind of job or career you want your child to have when they grow up? They need to build study skills. They need to build not just study skills, but they need to build independence. They need to build focus. They need to be able to sit down and work on a task until completion. They need to work on something and then the next day work on it again and work on it again, and then next thing you know they see their own growth, or they see they're getting closer and closer to completing a project. You know what I mean? Or an essay. They get to look at it again. They get to catch their own mistakes. They get to think of what else when they're writing. What else do I want to add, or do I want to revise this sentence? If this doesn't sound right to me, let me add this instead. They need that, man. They need that. And I have the pleasure of seeing kids when they come to my classes, when they get really into what they're doing, and they get really excited about it. And they say, Miss Rita, can I read? Can I read you what I wrote? I added some more sentences. Can I read you what I wrote? These kids want this. What do you mean that, we want to take out homework from home? Like, what do you mean? These kids want this. They want to study. They want to grow. They want to share. They want to learn how to conquer a math problem and be so excited that they figured it out and show it to you. Yesterday I was working with one of my students, and the word problem. I could tell that she didn't really understand the word problem. But so what I do with my students with word problems, I make them write the word problem down, and then they can circle key parts of the word problem, keywords, and then explain it to me, and then draw that diagram or that illustration, right? They do all of that, and while she was doing it, she said, "Oh, I get it now. Oh, now I understand." And then she started explaining it, and I cheered for her, right? They get so excited when they learn and when they understand something, when they paid attention to it. And by us not creating that second learning environment in our homes and allowing our kids to think that the home is a place just to chill, then we have removed that. We are having them miss out on the opportunity for growth and to be excited and proud of themselves. Put it back. Let's put that in there. Let's have them reading every day at home. Let's have them working in the workforce. Let's assign pages like a teacher. You understand what I'm saying? You don't have to be a teacher for them to practice. You don't have to. Okay? They need to do this. Our kids are behind. There are a couple of reasons. One, they lack the discipline and effort, right? But also, they're just not practicing every day on their own. And we're starting to become a society where our kids want to be micromanaged in it, and they want us to be right next to them, hovering over them, and helping them with every little thing, or they're not going to think. Our kids are not thinking. That is a problem. So the more opportunities we have to make sure they think, the more our kids will develop confidence, and they will be so proud of themselves, and they want to tell us. They will want to tell us what they think, how they reach their answer. You know, they will want to tell us, but we have to set it up that way. All right. So parents, create a second classroom in your home. Now I know that the parents, because I've been working with parents for years, uh, you know, they have posters up on the wall, and they already do this, right? The only thing you're missing is the work from your child. So I'm not saying put these posters up and equip your child, with these workbooks and the place to sit and everything they need so that they can learn. They have to work. They need a pencil and a notebook. They need to crack it open every day. They need to be writing. They need to be reading and writing. They need to be doing math problems every day. Every day. You could let them chill on Sunday, right? But they need to be doing this every day. That's the only thing that's missing. So parents, work less and make your kids work more so that they can grow. Otherwise, you just created a beautiful environment for learning that they are not actively participating in. And they're going to keep thinking, what else are you going to do? What else can you do to help me? trying to teach our kids to help themselves. And they got this. They're very smart, very capable kids, and they got this. Absolutely. Right? All right. I love y'all. I'll talk to you again soon. My name is Sharita. Okay? The behavior learning strategist. And I teach kids, I tutor and coach kids. So I combine my mental health specialist and special education teacher background to help kids improve behaviorally and academically at the same time, and help them improve their focus and mindset. Okay, if you, in case you don't know me, click that follow button. We're going to be talking more about how we're going to help our kids get back on, get on top, like making sure that they are equipped for the classroom and beyond these transformations. This is what I'm talking about, okay? So click the follow button so we can talk and chat again. And comment below, let me know what y'all think. Believe in yourself, believe in your child, honey, and always remember that growth is unlimited.